First of all, I'm very happy to be here, and we got already a good introduction about how important AI is. Now is it better? No? Better? From their side. Okay, so let's go. CXO, right? C is boss, chief, and usually they say officer, but I will use it for opportunities. And let's use the X as multiplication. So CXO, let's multiply your capacity as leaders to take more and more opportunities, right? And AI today is a great opportunity. I will tell you a small story, maybe you know it, about missed opportunities. You know, in the beginning of the internet, we have this company, Yahoo, that dominated the internet. I don't know if some of people remember that. And there was this young guy who went with a great algorithm called PageRank, and he wanted to sell it for Yahoo for $1 million. He wanted to go back to his studies, research, and they said, no, go away. Okay, later on, you know, I will not tell you the whole story, but things changed, and maybe you know, the company is Google. And PageRank, by the way, it's not for the web page. It's his name, Larry Page. Okay? So he was really, we talk about vision, huh? He had a vision. He wanted PageRank to be dominating the new internet. And Google today is $2 trillion worth. And where is Yahoo? Yahoo was sold for Verizon, I think 2017, for less than $300 million. So it's a big missed opportunity. I'll tell you a personal story. And it's funny, I remember it because recently I had my 24th anniversary. In February 21, 2012, I had this amazing person who comes to me and said, I have an amazing company you need to invest in. They need $1 million, you will have 10% of the company. They have amazing technology. At that time, I was the CEO of a pharmaceutical company. You know, AI, pharmaceutical, long story, we'll tell you about it later. But anyway, I said, man, I don't have time. It's my anniversary, I wanna go have fun. Tell me quickly, what is it about? Told me, yeah, we have innovative things. We'll manipulate DNA, we'll dictate the DNA, we'll program it with messages, we give it. I said, it sounds science fiction to me. Okay, I passed. You know, this company was Moderna, and I messed up the opportunity. Let's go to tell you a little bit about myself. So I'm Sam Sammane, I'm a best-selling author. My book is The Singularity of Hope. It's not a business book, it's about AI and our role as a humanity in the future. I have some, if someone is interested, for free later on. I'm also 5-time TEDx speaker, serial entrepreneur. I put the companies that I have founded during the years. So I didn't found it, they purchased my company, okay? Garmin, Labofine, American Testing. Tentemus Group, they purchased my group of labs that I founded. And at that time, the value of Tentemus was 300 million. I worked with them. I became the CEO of Canada and in the beginning West US, and then the whole North America. They call it Tentemus Labs of America. And we went from 300 million in value to 1.2 billion. I exited that 2 years ago. Spin off 3 companies, Avenir, it's a real estate, Theosim, AI, Trelexa, is digital marketing services, and I started a group of lab again, cannot help myself. Now we are in 3 continents. But 2 years ago, I decided to go to social media because nobody read books, and I started all kind of channels. Today I am at around 2 million followers total. These numbers are a little bit from 3 months ago. And I write also in Forbes Technology Council and entrepreneur.com. So let's go back to opportunities. I told you about my missed opportunities. So I will tell you about a great opportunity. In 2015, we've been looking for a way to increase sales. You know, like anyone else, what we need, more sales, right? And we come across an automation tools that you can send requests, you do things, and at that time, my director of marketing told me, it's dangerous. I don't want to use my name to do that and scam and spam people. So we came and created a persona. We call her Sarah Romdell. And Sarah Romdell, at that time, we called her automatic profile that can answer questions, okay? So it was AI. It's an AI chatbot, practically, that can go and engage with people. But in 2015, that was not a thing. And because it was not a thing, I think we have been from the early people who did that. We dominated the social media, especially LinkedIn at that time, and we multiplied ourselves by 400% in no time. In fact, this is why Tentemus purchased my group. They thought we are so big, we are everywhere. So one of the founders wanted to meet Sarah. Where is Sarah Romdell? I told him, once we finish the acquisition, I will tell you how to communicate with Sarah. Well, we finished, I told him. First of all, he was very disappointed, never spoke to me again. But also, he made us generalize it. We create not only Sarah Romdell, army of sales bot. That was 2016. And just sales got up, 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 up. Of course, today it's a different word, by the way. It's a different word. I think 4 out of 5 LinkedIn profile are automated with AI. So we got it very early before it was too crowded. Now we have a new strategy. So, action steps for AI adoption, it should be now, right? And people who are using the old ways, they need to move fast, right? So, let me go and directly into the topic. This is my humble opinion. I call them the 5 level of AI adoption, right? And I will start with the basic. I call it the minimal. ChatGPT, right? If you don't have or Claude or Grok, whatever you want, a chatbot with a system in your company to use AI. This is the minimum. If you are not doing this, believe me, you are in danger. Accordingly, I have some internal data that say 90% of people in the professional workplace are already using ChatGPT for their business. So that's the minimum, okay? And of course, for that, you have courses, you have things. We have free resources in our company. You don't need us for that, right? I think it's too easy. I call the second level the integrated level. That means you go, you have a consultant, and then integrate your tools using AI. And there is a lot of videos you can find online how to do that. There is like tools called Make, other called Zapier, and a lot others. I'm not trying to promote them. And this is, I think, it's the next level. So here we become, let's call it more serious about AI. The third level, it's what I call the agentic RAG level. And then the agentic RAG, that means you have now more interesting things. AI becomes somehow aware of your business, of your information, of your problems. And this level, I think you need help. You cannot do it yourself. You want to do it correctly. Unless, of course, we have AGI and you tell it, I need that, and it will happen. But for the moment, I don't think so. AGI is just a dream. Everybody has used AI, and so the limitation, right? There is limitation. It's not like a miraculous thing. So with agentic RAG, you will have agent and a system that is aware of your stuff, and it's more or less inside an integrated tool. So you don't have like Make, Zapier. No, it will become somehow your tool. The next level, the fourth one, is when you fine-tune the AI for your company, for your needs. And that's become more advantageous, right? It becomes somehow your AI. And you start really getting superior results to others. That's your next step. And then the last step, and by the way, this is like for discussion. You can have it hybrid. You can have some of things run by ChatGPT, others fine-tuned, you know. We are dynamic here. But the last level is to have your own large language model running on your own internal servers or even local servers only for you, right? So myself, and this is only a personal sharing, I'm sharing this with you. This is all the tools I use. I love AI, all kinds of things. From the chatbots, I use them all, in fact, each one for a purpose. For writing, I use a tool called pseudo-write. It helps you write long books. Search engines, I stopped using Google, guys. There is a great tool called Perplexity. And ChatGPT has a search now. I prefer Perplexity, honestly, it's much better. But we are talking here interface, right? Both of them will fill the purpose. Video creation, I use Filmora, Opus Clip to generate shorts, and so on and so on. I have all the list of things. And I said we have our internal tool for sales and marketing. We call it Trelexa.ai. And this is a combination of AI employees with social media management, marketing, CRM, email management. So this is our own tool. So what kind of AI you need for your company? I put here 5 major things, but again, you can have divisions, you can mix and match. Conversational AI, and here conversational AI could be a chatbot, but it could be also voice, and voice, it's a must, I think. I think you need it now for your company. It's already everywhere. Second level, I call it the recommendation engines. That means AI that will scan the competition, scan the internet, and give you ideas and suggestions and question for what to do next in your company and your business. And of course, we know the limitation. It will not tell you exactly what to do. It will give you recommendation. You still need the human touch to decide that, right? But it's a very big and powerful tool. Cybersecurity AI, I think now you know, AI is very easy to have for everyone. We have evils in this world, right? So you need also to empower yourself with the countermeasures, depending on your company, of course. In our case, we deal with Microsoft. We subcontracted that. We said, okay, too difficult for us. Generative AI, that means generate content. And I call it, not automatically, I'm against making content from one to the end without human in the loop. We need always a human in the loop. But still, the impressive amount of productivity, availability, customization, especially if you do higher level adoption of your AI, it will be impressive. You can always, and I can give you a concrete example. You can have, for example, an AI agent that scans the news, and depending on the news, telling to your client what opportunities with this news can be done, right? Of course, a human in the loop. Someone will approve. You don't do that automatically, otherwise you may get in trouble. AI can hallucinate. Supply chain optimization, I think it's the big thing. It's a big thing, really, to cut a lot of middle people using AI agent. So this is a small discussion that I use sometimes to give people awareness. And I will tell them, you know, the best AI tool is not Grok or OpenAI or DeepSeek. No, it's Amazon AI. And hey, exclusivity, it's not available. It's just manipulating us all to buy from Amazon. And they call it tricky name, the algorithm. They make you feel there's people in the room writing algorithm. No, no. There is an AI manipulating us. We don't have access to the data. And we always, like people in marketing who are involved with Amazon, try to reverse engineer it. And when we figure it out, they change it. That's it. The other company that's fooling us is Google, right? Who is not using Google ads for their sales. And maybe you have seen how Google ads become really like a drug dealer, right? It gives you a little bit so you are happy. And then when you are addicted, they raise the pricing, right? They don't show your stuff even if you pay them too much money. So do you think people are deciding that for individual people? No, no, it's AI. And we don't have access to us. They gave us the stupid AI, Bart and Gemini, and then they play, we are behind. No, they are not. They're not behind. They are maybe the most advanced AI company in the world, but they're keeping it for themselves, and they have a point, right? They are generating billion and billion of dollars out of it. So this is what we need. You need to be independent from these people. Have your own AI to grow. And let me tell you something about Theosem. So we are empowering companies with super intelligence. But of course, that's not only super intelligent AI. It's by combining both the human intelligence with AI to give a result. So we are on efficiency, quality, and innovation. All of that we can help in. We practically do integrated LLMs, fine-tuning, custom, AI, on-premise if you want AI, with your own large language models. We have different platforms. So Trelexa is our entry level. That means you can subscribe for a small amount of money. It's for small companies. And then you can go higher. The robot there is the agent system. It's not for one agent. It's really to deploy hundreds of them. Of course, custom AI, jailbreak. Like if you want to go and send AI to promote something that OpenAI will tell you, you cannot talk about it. No, they can with our systems. Simprise, it's a more advanced platform for sales and marketing, again, custom. And Haya is really for big companies and government agencies. And I put it here for you to fit into the funnel we spoke about somehow. And of course, we have our own large language model, but I decided not to compete with the other people. It's impressive, in fact. We compare it with DeepSeek when DeepSeek came in, and DeepSeek was at 75, just for your comparison. Ours was at 76. We've been happy, yeah, we are better. And then OpenAI catch up. They got something at 80. Recently, Grok at 95. And Elon Musk give it for free. So I said, okay, let's give up and stay on the small business and big business customized things. And I have good news for you, and maybe you know it already. You heard the news, right? We have OpenAI spent around $1,200 million to get where they are right now. That means maybe more. I think maybe $12 billion, right? DeepSeek come and they spend barely $5.5 million, and they reach the same point somehow. And you don't need to spend that anymore. And I heard people talking about genomics as well. So technology is weird, but things in AI is much faster, in fact. So like what you pay for today, 1 million, maybe in a year it will be 100,000. But why we need to act now? Why we don't wait? Okay, I will wait until it's cheap. Because you will lose all your clients. People are already using it. So people who will pay the 1 million today, they are not investing in AI only. It's a necessity, otherwise they will lose the regular business. So don't miss the AI boat. The best time to adopt AI, I have exclusivity for you guys, it was yesterday. Okay. But the second best time, it's now. You need to do it for your company. You need to have your own business case. And let me tell you, I heard a lot of good things in the one before. They made my life easier. Like we have this superpower, we human. I hear people using AI to give them ideas. And let's talk about the AI out of the box, ChatGPT, right? And I used to tell my people, employee, whatever you ask ChatGPT, don't do it. Because everybody else will do it. It's not stupid, it's smart. But if you have an advice from someone who is giving it, I don't know, to 600 million users, it's not an advantage for you. Once you implement it, you'll be surprised how many other people did the same thing. So what's the solution? We have it, and people were talking about vision, your human touch, your internal power of intuition. So yes, you can use AI, and you should, to have ideas, but don't be satisfied with the first come. Make an interaction, challenge the AI. AI said it, that means it's good. No. Most of the time it's not. Immediately the first answer, no, is the wrong answer. Not because it's dumb, but because it's like not a secret. It's for everyone, right? So act now. I spoke with you about Larry Page, about Moderna. Today investment is the investment in AI. It's the investment of your lifetime. Very soon, we'll replace, I think, the word internet and computer by just AI. Okay, and it's getting better and better, by the way. Scary better, in fact. I don't know. We are using AI for programming, and just in 1 year, we went from, okay, it's dumb and generating bad code, to practically, why we need programmers again? It's enough to have an architect, and then they have army of robots. And it's an irony. You know why? Why we have that? Why that happens in the programming that fast? Because people who are building these stuff, the AI, they know their job. So the first thing they did is how I will improve AI, help me doing my job. So somehow their job will be the first one to be removed, maybe, right? Because they know their job. But now you know your stuff, you know your company, you know what to do. And AI isn't about short-term gain. I don't just, hey, put AI and I have increased 10, 20%. Not this anymore. It's about long-term survival. Like today, hey, I will invest 1 million, and in two years, maybe it will be 100,000. But maybe you will not have a company anymore at that time. So we need to act now before things are gone out of control. Okay, acting now is essential for organizations to enhance efficiency, increase revenue, and dominate the marketplace quickly. You need your own AI. So you need to become the chief opportunities officers. I like we discussed about the vision, so I'm not repeating all the vision discussions, right? You need to have a vision, an action, and prove your leadership. And the speech is done, and I'm gonna ask you some questions maybe for you. And the first question that I would ask, how many of you here don't have AI integrated in their system already? You don't, or you have it? Okay, act now. At least ChatGPT, huh? At least that, right?
I don't have it embedded in the company, but I do use ChatGPT.
But you need to embed it in the company. And the easiest way, just write a set of rules, SOP, a methodology. And you know what? AI can help you do that. That's it. That's the minimum, right? That's acting now. Anyone here has fine-tuned AI for their business? Great. And how it's working for you? Game changer? Yeah, please.
I don't see my emails anymore.
Good. Anyone has his own AI in the promise? Wow, here we have it. So what do you think? Are you the next Google or Amazon in your domain? Wow, okay. So what's the next step in your opinion after you have that?
We use AI in a very different way. We use it for farmers to be able to integrate technologies onto the network that they are not engineers for. So the next step is innovating the entire ag food chain so that all people who work within agriculture have the ability to use technologies that make themselves innovative.
Great. So open for questions. Yes.
One of the ways we're using AI, we're building a new website, and one of the things that will be included in it is an AI, basically avatar, and it will be my face, my voice, and know everything about our business and can answer questions 24/7, 365 in multiple languages. So as soon as it comes out, I'll speak Korean and Arabic and all these other things. So I'm excited to see it. The technology is just extraordinary, and it's a conversational AI piece, but it is in video. It'll be built into the website. We also have a version where someone calls in, they can speak with an AI, and it's getting so good you can tell it's not a person, but it's extremely conversational and extremely fluid. It's very impressive.
Yeah.
Could you talk a little more the concept of human?
Yeah.
Because I think it's very interesting and important.
A human in the loop concept is not, you cannot use it with ChatGPT and automation in the regular way. Yes. Yeah, you need to train it on your own methods. You need to identify yourself as a human using your intuition. What's the critical step that I want? And here you train your AI if there is any critical step. And always we have like a limitation. You need to decide where the human will intervene. So instead of doing an automation with only the tools, you add a tool called human, and you somehow program your system as a human here, right? And this human, the fun stuff, it doesn't need to be an employee. One thing that would be great if you develop an expert and you have your own network of experts, and that would be amazing, right?
Okay, so it has to be a human, but it can be a person that just, like, it's like approving what AI is doing. So we
In our case, we do approval and verification and audit trial, three of them, three level of human in the loop. So audit trial, that means randomly always we have output that's sent to person to verify, right? This is the verification also. What do you verify? But that comes from your business. You need to put it in your fine-tuned AI. Why I'm saying it's not obvious with ChatGPT or out-of-the-box AI, because they have their own human in the loop and supervision. Less with Grok, but for example, OpenAI, if you ask about, give me a joke about women, it will not give you. But give me a joke about men, it will, right? It's easy. So that's a human in the loop as well. It is a concept. We are talking about cloning and video. And that's very intriguing and very impressive, right? But what if things goes wrong and people tell you, hey, you told me, I saw it in the video, right? They accuse you. So somehow you need to pre-approve what's going on, right? Yeah. Other questions? Good. So you can have the slide. I don't know if I did too fast.
Sam, I have a question.
Yes.
How do you respond to people who say they're afraid of AI?
We should be afraid of AI. This is why I wrote my book, but for the wrong reason. Some people are afraid in the meaning of Terminator, right?
Yeah.
No, it will not get that smart. The real danger of AI is social, because we have, I said in my book, the problem is not AI become human-like. The problem, we human, in the last 50 years, we are creating jobs for robots and we are acting like robots. We give people really SOPs, do it. Like I give all the time, is Uber a good job, driving an Uber? It will hurt your back, sitting in the car 9 hours or 10 hours sometimes. So if it's an autonomous car, that's good for humanity, right? But we still have a lot of people driving Uber, so there is social problems. In terms of business, you can rely on it too much and leads you to catastrophe, right? You need to have always a human in the loop. So we need to be afraid. And the last things I will tell you, I'm afraid of people giving AI too much power, and that will lead to big negligence, right? If you give AI in charge, for example, of your customer service at 100% with no human, and things goes out of control, if you have thousands of clients with one AI going, I will not tell you wrong, but hallucinating, it's the end of the company. So you need to be afraid, but we don't need to freak out. I'm very hopeful, and I think we'll figure it out. Yeah.
I think a better word than afraid maybe is cautious or even just be aware.
Yeah. Listen, fear is the mind killer, so we shouldn't be afraid. We need to be hopeful. My book is called The Singularity of Hope. And I call it that because it's not the hope in machine. It's the hope that what will happen, not the machine will outsmart us. What's happening right now, our collective intelligence is going very high. So we'll achieve the singularity because we'll become super intelligent to human using AI. Okay. Any other questions? So let's go adopt AI. The slides are available. We'll have a lot of resources for free as well on sammane.com and on Theosim. Thank you, everyone.